Go! So I'm just going to list down the few. So I'm just going to list. Jake!
This is the struggle of being a YouTuber. Like, if you don't have a proper camera.
Shake it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a video on makeup brushes. I know this has been long overdue. A lot of you have requested this video. It's about 9 o'clock in the night and I'm filming now. I never film in post 5. I always like to film in daylight, but since I have my ring light and I just felt like, I don't know, sitting and making a video, I said why not just tell you guys about my favorite makeup brushes of all time. Now there's a lot that goes behind making this face and many other faces. Yes, at first it is kind of difficult to understand their names and what exactly goes behind it. Now don't worry if you get a little confused, that happens to everyone. I was initially as well, but I just saw a lot of videos and I studied about brushes and I understood what exactly they can be used for. Now there are a lot of brushes that are meant for something, but then you can use them for something else. That's totally fine. There is no rule as such that you have to use a particular brush just because it's made for that particular purpose. So yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking. This is gonna be a really long video, I'm guessing. So grab your hot chocolate or popcorn or whatever it is that you eat and drink. Sit back and relax because this is gonna be a long video and I'm gonna tell you guys what brushes to use and my favorite makeup brushes. So let's get started. So I'm gonna start with face brushes. So first I'm gonna talk to you guys about foundation brush, contour, blush, highlight, all of that, and then I'm going to move on to the eyes. So I'm going to take you through each foundation brush that you can use. You guys know I love using the beauty blender. That's one of my most favorite ways of applying foundation on my face. I don't think anything comes close to the beauty blender in terms of the finish of your entire makeup, but there are brushes you can use and that are really good as well. It's just the way you use it. So here are my brushes. I'm going to start slowly explaining what they're used for and what they're called. This is my P.A.C 306. It's known as the stippling brush. You can see it's a duo fiber brush. Like you can see the lighter portion here and the black portion down, so it's a duo fiber, and this is really important in everyone's makeup kit. Whether you're a beginner or obviously an expert would have this, but if you're a beginner, I highly suggest before buying any brush you purchase this stippling brush. It can be from any brand. I'm sure you get a lot of makeup brands out there that sell these. This is from P.A.C. I'm gonna leave all the brushes that I mentioned down in the description box so you guys understand. So with this you apply a foundation and you can just move in circular motions to blend it really well, or you can stipple it onto your face. That's the purpose of this brush. If you've applied way too much bronzer or blush, and if you've contoured your nose, and if you want to blend it all out seamlessly, this is again used to blend everything out. I'm sure you guys must have seen in a bunch of videos, after I put my contour and my blush, I kind of stipple it to make sure everything is blended nice and smooth. So this is a stippling brush. It's a foundation brush as well. So that's number one. There are multiple other foundation brushes right here. This is from Sephora. It is the Pro Doomed Stippling Brush in the number 41. I have a bunch of Sephora brushes that I bought 2 years ago and they've lasted me till date. There is no shedding whatsoever. They're just a beautiful brand for brushes. Okay, so this is also sort of a stippling brush, but this is more denser. As you can see, this brush and this, can you see the difference? So this is more spread out and this is more denser. I'll give you a close-up so you can see. This is how it looks. And you can apply your foundation on your face with your finger or a flat foundation brush and you can stipple it on. Now for this, it's best if you stipple the foundation like this instead of doing circular motions. That's why it's so dense and beautiful, and it applies your foundation absolutely stunning. But if you ask me what foundation brush should I buy, this or this, I would definitely suggest this. So the rest of my foundation brushes, these are the flat foundation brush. These are just two different brands. One is from Bobbi Brown in the number 11 and one is from NYX. This is in the number 07. They're both flat foundation brushes. This is how they look. Now this is just to apply a foundation. So you'll put a pump on your brush and you just paint the foundation over like you've seen me do, and followed by your stippling brushes. So yeah, that's the purpose of this. If it's not necessary to buy this, you can just apply a foundation with your finger and then stipple it over. My last foundation brush is this P.A.C. Oh my god, I lost the number. I think it's 02. This is the medium size brush, and you can just sort of, you don't need a stippling brush or anything for this. You can just pump the foundation on directly and you can massage it over basically. It feels really nice and it has a very medium to full coverage. It's definitely buildable, but this is the quickest way to apply a foundation. If you're in a rush, if you're like quickly get out the door, I suggest you buy this brush, and it's really smooth. It literally can apply a foundation in under 15 seconds, 15 to 30 seconds guaranteed. So moving on to contour brushes, I've got 4 brushes right here. They're all of different shape and sizes. Don't worry, don't get scared. I'm gonna explain each and every brush for you. Now this is my very first contour brush that I got. It's by Vega. It says contour brush right here. This is how it looks. So this has an angle to it, so it's easy to contour your face. So you can go right up or down, however you do it. And this is really nice. I've used this quite some time, but I haven't touched this brush in like about a year because I just found better contour brushes. So you can buy an angle brush that helps you contour your face, or you can buy a flat brush that is more of a straight line instead of an angle. This is how it looks. This is the Sephora Pro Airbrush blush. I don't know why it says blush. In the number 54. I wouldn't apply blush with this because it's really thin. I'm gonna show you a close-up. So with this, I rather apply my contour because it's so thin. So you can literally get into the hollows of your cheek and you can carve out your cheek really beautifully. Also your jawline, your nose as well. If you don't have a contour brush for your nose, you can definitely go flat out and just contour your nose. So this is another contour brush. There are 2 brushes that are fairly similar. This is the Pro Art in the number 6 and this is the NYX brush in 05. These are almost similar. I'm going to show you a close-up. So my most preferred brush is the Pro Art brush. I just love small contour brushes as compared to the angular ones. I like it if they're sort of a blush brush like this, and you can get into the hollows of your cheek perfectly, and you can bronze as well. So you can contour and bronze as well because it's just the perfect size. Same with the NYX one. This is a little tinier than I expected, so I won't be using this as my contour brush. I probably will be using this for highlighting my cheekbones. It's really tiny to contour your cheeks. So if you're wondering, this is in the number 05 by NYX. Moving on to blush brush. Now you can use literally anything for your blush, anything that's round and fluffy and can apply your blush easily because they apply at the apples of your cheek. My personal favorite is the Pro Art in 176F. This is how it looks. It's sort of an angular brush. I think it's meant for contour, but I really like to use this as a blush brush. So I really dip my brush into the blush, tongue twister, and I just apply this on my cheeks and I drag it up. And I really like my blush brushes to be white in color. I don't know why, that's just a thing that I have. I really like, so I can see if it's time to wash it. Even though I wash my brushes every week, I just like it to be white, and I really love this for blush. Now there are other 2 blush brushes right here. This is the NYX 02 and this is the Sephora Pro Airbrush in 55. Now they're shaped almost, well, not similar. This is more elongated and dense. But again, really easy to just apply your blush on the apples of your cheek. And this is the NYX 02. This is sort of a flatter, fluffier brush. Now definitely you can apply your blush with this, or you can also go in with powder. This is quite big to just powder your entire face. It depends. Like I said, blush brush, you can almost pick anything that you feel is nice and fluffy. So moving on to powder brushes, there are different types of brushes I use to powder my face, and I will explain each and every brush. So the first place I apply powder is under my eyes. You guys know I bake my face, so I really like to use sort of smaller brushes to get into the inner corner. This is, well, this has no brand. This is from Amazon. You can order it off Amazon. It's for, well, I'm not sure how much it's for. It's been a really long time back. I love this brush to bake because it's tapered towards the end. It's sort of a pointy brush, like you can see. So this is really nice to go into the inner corner and just, you know, bake your entire under eye. And this brush is just to get rid of the baking that's been sitting. So this is not necessary. I would rather you buy this brush, because to set your bake is the most important thing. You need to get it right into the corner. There are other powder brushes right here. Now this brush is from Sephora. It's the Pro Flawless Airbrush. It's in 56. This is more dense and small. Now this I use to put to powder my lids after I conceal them, and also under my eye sometimes. So this is a really nice dense brush. There are two big fluffy powder brushes right here. One is Pro Art in 3, and one is the Sephora All Over Powder Brush in 61. I use this to apply powder all over my face, and I use this as well to apply powder all over my face. Now powder brush and blush brushes are really easy to purchase, because anything fluffy is going to apply your powder really nice. Now this literally takes up my entire face. So you dip it in your powder and you just pat all over your face, and your face is set. Moving on to my highlighting brush. This is a fan brush. This is all I use for highlighting my cheekbones. This is in the number 41 by Pro Art. They have some really good brushes, and yeah, it's just a basic fan brush. So you dip it in your highlighter, and then you just sort of put this on your cheekbones, on your brow bone, your bridge of your nose, your cupid's bow. So yeah, this is just a basic fan brush. You can get this at Vega as well. And yeah, so those were my face brushes. I hope that was easy to understand. Don't worry guys, I know it is sort of confusing right now, but I'm here to guide you through, so don't worry. Moving on to eye brushes. I've got 4 brushes right here that are almost similar. These are just basic eyeshadow brushes. So it's sort of a flat brush. I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see. So they're literally like flat eyeshadow brushes. So you dip it in your eyeshadow and you just place your eyeshadow on your eyelid. That's what it's for. So if you're really looking for, you know, 1 or 2 eye brushes, I would highly suggest buying these. It should look something like this. I'm gonna leave names of all of this before, but my personal favorites are the Pro Art 219E. This is a flat eyeshadow brush, and my second favorite is by P.A.C. It's the 310. So this is also a beautiful eyeshadow brush. Moving on to crease brushes. Now you guys know where your crease is. It's right here between your brow bone and your lid. That socket, that hollow that you see, that is your crease. There are 2 brushes that I have. These are my favorite brushes for crease. I have tons of brushes, but I always reach for these 2. So I have one in the number 14. This is the Pro Shadow Brush by Sephora. This is one of my most favorite crease brushes. The other one I have, a cheaper alternative, is Pro Art in the number 217. They look almost similar. So you pick your eyeshadow and you really get into the crease, and you just, you know, blend your eyeshadow really well. This works the exact same way the Sephora brush works. There is no difference. I really love the Pro Art brush. It's so much more inexpensive. I think this is for about, I don't know, I bought this really long time back, but I think it's about 200-300 rupees. You get this in beauty center in Lakshmi Industries. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but definitely go to any beauty store that you have close by and ask for Pro Art brushes. It's in the number 217, and this is just to blend your crease out. Okay, so these are your blending brushes, the most important brush you can have in your kit. They look somewhat similar. So as you can see, they're really fluffy and big. This is just to blend all your eyeshadow out seamlessly. The eyeshadow that you put on your lid, your crease, your inner corner, everywhere. This is just to make it smooth and seamless, which you guys know I always love doing. This is another one, and this is another one. There's just basically 3 options. I have a lot of brushes, so I'm just showing you guys options. This is from NYX. This is again a beautiful blending brush. It's in the number 17. I have another blending brush by NYX. It's in the number 12. And my most favorite brush I use every single time, this is the Pro Art 230E. This is really nice because again, it's bigger than both of these brushes, and it's really nice and helps you blend all your eyeshadows perfectly. Plus, it's really inexpensive. So almost at the end of the video, I just have a few more brushes left. Now, these 2 brushes look exactly the same. One is from Sephora. It's the Pro Shader brush, and this is P.A.C 3A3. These are detailed shader brushes. This is to get right in your lower lash line and to just pack on some eyeshadow and to blend it out as well. They're so precisely packed that it's really easy to pack on your eyeshadow on your lower lash line. I'll just show you a close-up. So like you can see, they're really dense, and you can get in your inner corner, you can get in your lower lash line. It will not cause fallout. It will not leave a big blotch of eyeshadow. That's why they're so precisely and, you know, densely packed that it's really easy to apply your eyeshadow on your lower lash line. So moving on to my inner corner highlight brush, I have a separate brush just for that. This is in Pro Art 248E. This is the way it is. Like you can see, it's again tapered towards the end. This is known as a pencil brush. This is for your highlighter in the inner corner and your brow bone area. That's it. That's all I use this for. Not necessary for everyone, but whoever wants to know. Moving on to my last 2 brushes right here. This is an eyebrow brush. This is the Pro Angle Liner Brush by Sephora in the number 22. Now, I have a Sephora brush. I love using this. You get any angle brush in the market. Just go and ask for an angle brush like this. You can get Vega as well. I'm sure Pro Art as well. But this is my most favorite eyebrow brush from Sephora. This is a small, tiny angle brush. This is really nice to apply your brow pomade or your brow powder, and definitely an angle brush for eyebrows always. My last brush right here for the eye, it's the MAC 212 brush. This is just not needed. This is just, I'm throwing it out there because I have it with me. It's like this. It's sort of a flat, straight brush. This is again to just pack on eyeshadow straight underneath it. Like for a sharp, precise application of eyeshadow, this is what you will use. Other brushes will sort of smooth your eyeshadow out. If you want a really sharp cut eyeshadow on your lower lash line, this is what you will use. So I'm going to list the final brushes that beginners need for their starter kit, if I may. So you're just going to need these brushes. 4 face brushes. That is your stippling brush, number 1 for your foundation, your contour brush. This is a blush brush for blush, and this is a powder brush to powder your entire face. That's all you will need. And for eyes, you will need these 5 brushes. One is your flat eyeshadow brush. This is to apply your eyeshadow. Then you move on to this brush, which is to apply for your lower lash line. Then you will move on to an eyebrow brush, obviously an angular brush like this. And then is your blending brush. So this is just to get all your eyeshadows blended nice and easy. So that's all you will need for you beginners out there. I will list everything in the description box so you can check it out. I will leave all the names in the description box. Don't get confused. I know it's a lot of numbers to remember, a lot of brushes, and it can drive you crazy at times. If there's any other questions, let me know in the comment section below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so very much and I will see you in my next video.